Hi again, everybody, and this is another episode of Ask the Lawyer. Today we're going to ask about some disturbing allegations surrounding a longtime reform school for children in Pennsylvania. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com, and here to answer our questions is attorney Nancy Winkler of the law firm of Eisenberg, Rothweiler, Winkler, Eisenberg, and Jeck, based in Philadelphia. Nancy, thank you for making some time for us today.
Certainly.
So we're talking about the Glen Mills School. Give us the background. What is allegedly or is alleged to have happened here at the Glen Mills School?
The Glen Mills School has been in existence since the 1800s, and it's on sprawling land in Glen Mills, PA. They've promoted themselves as having an strong educational program. Physical education program, great football team. This is a place that kids from across the country have been sent. It is a school for juveniles who they tout on their website, juvenile delinquents. It's a place where courts have sent kids when they have had drug charges as an alternative to jail, to reform school, if they've had some other criminal conduct, also for truancy, also for things such as a child was there who was autistic and it was very difficult for his parents to care for him and they wanted a safe environment, so they placed him at the Glen Mills School. They received funding from the Philadelphia School District on a yearly basis for each pupil. Thousands of young boys have passed through the halls on a yearly basis. And we have learned recently that the conditions there have been horrific. These boys have been abused for years on end. There have been both physical abuses as well as sexual abuses and emotional abuses for these young men. Their lives have been devastated.
And is this something that we're just now learning about, Nancy? Is this how long have these allegations have come to light?
It is something that has come to light more recently. There has been a large expose in the Philadelphia Inquirer this summer. There is currently a grand jury investigation into some of the conduct that has gone on for years. There have been counselors that have been brought up on charges. This is something that has only recently come to light.
Is the school still, is it open now, today, as we speak? What is the status?
It has been shut down by the state. However, if you look at their current website, there is a new director and they are talking about opening the school again. Hopefully that will never happen. Currently, we represent over 250 young men that have passed through those doors who have been abused. And as I say, they've been sent there not only from Pennsylvania, but from states across the country. We have a gentleman that was sent there from Texas. And what they've gone through has been life-altering for them. They have not told family members for many years. They've kept it secret. People have had broken bones. People have had stitches. People have had emotional trauma that has just changed their lives forever. There have been young boys that have been raped. It is a place that needed to be shut down, and a full and thorough investigation criminally as well as civil actions need to be filed so that justice can be served for the young boys whose lives have been altered.
Is it your understanding at this point that administration was aware of these abuses? Are they, and what are they saying? What is the school's defense and reaction?
We have just filed a few of these actions and we'll be filing more. As I say, we represent over 250 young men to date who have passed through those doors and have been abused. But it is our understanding that there has been a culture of abuse that has been perpetuated and, that has from the leadership down.
And I would imagine, as you said, it sounded like from their website that they're planning to reopen. At this point, is leadership saying these allegations are false and none of this ever happened, or are they not saying anything? Where do they stand?
Well, it's not quite like that. I don't, in terms of the grand jury investigation, we don't know about that, obviously, because that is not open to the public. But what has been public, they have uh, appointed an independent counsel to do some investigation into the allegations. They're not confirming or denying.
And so you mentioned your firm is handling a civil case against them. Who do you see at this point? Who are you going after? Is it individuals? Is it against the administration? Is it the Philadelphia school system that supported it? Who do you find to hold responsible for all this?
No, it is the Glen Mills Schools that we have brought suit against and will be filing other lawsuits against. It is the Glen Mills School and the leadership that has perpetuated and encouraged and allowed this culture of abuse to take place.
And if someone is out there, you've said there's been students there from all over the country, and I would imagine, we don't know how long this may have been going on. Who do they reach out to? If someone watching this video says they experienced that, who do they reach out to?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of these young men have not told anybody about this, and our office and our co-counsel, we've been the very first people that they have ever talked about it to, because it has been so difficult for them to be able to even discuss. Mm-hmm. But my suggestion is that you seek counsel. Our office, as I say, is actively investigating all of these cases. It's not just, the Glen Mills School, as we've come to learn, has been a horrific place when it had been touted to be a place that young men could go to have a healthy environment, to be able to get an education, to be able to go on with their lives and be reformed. It has done quite the opposite to these young men and has broken them. But this isn't the only school that has done that. There is also the Devereaux Foundation, and I don't know, Rob, if you know about it, but there have been allegations, and there was just a verdict in Georgia against the Devereaux Foundation, which is a Pennsylvania corporation, for abuse that had taken place at their facility. So if anyone has been abused, either sexually or physically abused, my suggestion is that you seek counsel, seek therapy. First and foremost, because counsel can't help you get better. We can help you get justice, but you need to seek some therapy to help get your life together.
What if they're thinking, Nancy, I can't afford counsel, I can't afford a firm of your size and prestige? What do you say to that?
We don't charge anything for representation until we succeed. So if somebody comes to see me, I am glad to speak with them, to meet with them, to see if I can take on their case. If I decide to take on their case, they don't pay me anything until I get a recovery, either by settlement or by verdict. So they have nothing to risk. We take the risk. We only handle very serious cases in my firm, and we take risk every day of the week. We take a risk that is a calculated risk. Right. We're very careful about the cases we do take, but we, gladly represent people that need justice.
What if they're, you guys are based in Philadelphia, but as you said, it's people all over the country. If they're out of the state of Pennsylvania, do they need to plan to visit physically to come to the office, at least in that initial consultation, or
no,
what?
Not at all. They can call me on the phone. I've done this, through either attorneys refer cases to us also throughout the country, but an individual that has been harmed can call me on the phone. We can speak over the phone. We can do a FaceTime or a Skype interview if we need to. We don't need to meet in person. Things can be done through the mail, through email. The world is much smaller these days, Rob, than it was before, and it's not a problem at all.
Now, you've mentioned you already are representing over 200 individuals. Are these of all ages? Do they all tend to be recent students at the school, or does some of this go back years? What have you found so far?
They are not all recent students at the school. Some of this does go back years, and depending upon the nature of the injury and the facts of the case, we might be able to take it on. So my best advice is, if you're unsure and you have been harmed either physically or sexually or both, besides the emotional component, of course, that goes with all of that, My suggestion is that you seek counsel. I'll be glad to speak with you if you call my office, as I'm sure other attorneys would. But we have a lot of information about this facility.
Well, Nancy, thank you for sharing this information about a very troubling story, and I appreciate what you guys are doing to help out.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been attorney Nancy Winkler with the Philadelphia law firm of Eisenberg, Rothweiler, Winkler, Eisenberg, and Jeck. If you're ready to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, make sure to visit AskTheLawyers.com. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the button at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com.